Hi reader. Welcome to our channel.
Book Summary, Good to Great. Author, Jim Collins.
Good to Great. Why some companies make the leap, and others don't. Can a company make the transition from good to great? If so, how? Through extensive research and analysis, Jim Collins identified a number of timeless principles that helped a small group of companies to break away from the rest and consistently outperform the market. In this good to great summary, we'll give a synopsis the 6 ingredients to transit from good to great, and how they come together with the flywheel/doom loop to generate massive momentum over time. Defining good versus great. These good to great companies had 15 years of cumulative stock returns below the general stock market. A distinct transition point. Followed by cumulative stock returns of at least 3 times that of the general market over the next 15 years. This group of 11 companies were compared against 2 groups of comparison companies, the first group from same industry, with similar circumstances but didn't make the leap, and the second group of unsustained companies, that made the leap but didn't sustain the performance. Transiting from good to great. Here's a brief overview of the 6 critical ingredients used by companies who successfully transit from good to great. 1. Level 5 leadership. At the time of their big transition, all the good to great companies had level 5 leadership. Level 5 leaders are at the top of a 5-level hierarchy, and exhibit the duality of personal humility and professional will. Some examples of level 5 leaders include Coleman Mockler, David Maxwell, Darwin Smith, Joe Coleman, and Fred Allen. Professional will. Level 5 leaders have huge ambitions for their institutions, not themselves. They are fanatically driven to deliver results, set exacting standards, demonstrate an unwavering resolve and a quiet doggedness to do whatever it takes to bring the company to greatness. Personal humility. Level 5 leaders put their egos aside, and focus on the company's long-term interests. They demonstrate a compelling modesty, talk about the company, not themselves, shun public praise, and are not boastful. They rely on inspired standards, not charisma, to motivate. They set up successors so that the company could be great without them. 2. First who, then what. Instead of setting a grand vision and strategy, then rallying people behind them, good to great companies got the right people on board, then figured out which direction to take. Right people, then direction/strategy. The level 5 leaders first focus on finding the right people, 18 players who make a conscious decision to take on the challenges, then develop the strategy. By contrast, the comparison companies focus first on setting the vision, then putting people on the roadmap. Their leaders may be individually talented, but tend to enlist helpers rather than develop strong executives. The model falls apart when the leader leaves. Be rigorous, but not ruthless, about people. Good to great companies exercise rigorousness in people-related decisions and in building a superior executive team. However, they do not carry out endless restructuring nor ruthlessly swing the axe. Layoffs were used 5x more frequently in comparison companies than good to great companies. Collins also identified 3 practical principles you can adopt to inject rigorousness. See the book or our full summary for more details. 3. Confront the brutal facts. Yet never lose faith. Good to great companies don't just pursue a vision, they constantly refine their paths with brutal facts, with 2 types of disciplined thought. They face the brutal facts in all their decisions, and they apply a simple but insightful frame of reference, the hedgehog concept, for all their decisions. 4. The hedgehog concept. This idea is built on the concept of the Greek parable, the hedgehog and the fox. The fox pursues many ends, sees the world as complex, and is scattered/diffused. The hedgehog, conversely, simplifies the world into a single idea or principle that guides everything it does. Good to great companies demonstrate a strategic difference in two areas. They build their strategies on a deep understanding of the three circles. They identify a simple, crystalline concept that guide all their efforts. The hedgehog concept lies at the intersection of the three circles. What you can be the best in the world at. What drives your economic engine, and what are you deeply passionate about? Getting clarity on the hedgehog concept is an iterative process and takes time. The good to great companies took about 4 years on average to crystallize their concepts. Yet, when they find it, it has a quiet, obvious truth to it that is undeniable. This is a very powerful concept to help you find your niche and focus both in business and in life. 5. A culture of discipline. Most successful startups don't grow into great companies. As they grow, they start to introduce bureaucracy and rules to make up for incompetence and lack of discipline. To avoid bureaucracy, hierarchy, and excessive controls, instill a culture of discipline, through disciplined people, thought and action. Combine the culture of discipline with an ethic of entrepreneurship to get superior performance. In the book, Collins outlines several tips or components that you can use to build a great organization that has both a culture of discipline and an ethic of entrepreneurship. 6. Technology accelerators. Good to great companies think differently about technology. Specifically, good to great companies think of technology as accelerators, not creators, of momentum. Avoid the technology trap, and adopt new technology due to their desire for excellence and creation, not fear. So here you are once again, the 6 powerful ingredients for moving from good to great. The flywheel and the doom loop. The good to great transition is not a process of overnight metamorphosis, nor is there a single big success factor. It is an accumulation of many interlocking steps and factors that build on one another until a point of breakthrough is reached, much like how a flywheel picks up momentum turn by turn. The companies usually did not realize their own transformation until after the fact. Good to great summary _ flywheel 2. Essentially, the flywheel is a wraparound idea. Every component in the book provides a push on the flywheel, and all the pieces work consistently and coherently together to create momentum and an eventual breakthrough. The reverse holds true for comparison companies, who suffer the doom loop. A new direction/program/leader/event kicks in, there is no build-up of momentum, creating disappointing results, and people react without understanding.
Thank you for watching. See you in another video.